Y'all, I am so sorry. I am so sorry that I bored you to death with my last episode of the Ella and the Moon podcast. I watched it again and I've been trying to research how to be better at this whole podcasting thing. And I bored y'all so much. I'm surprised anybody is watching this now. But help is on the way. But we're smooth sailing. But stick around and I got some great stuff coming for you. It's not going to be boredom town. Anyways, I am so glad you came back. I'm glad that anyone is watching this, but this is a podcast for makers. It is for anyone who likes to work with fibers, the fiber arts, macrame, crochet, and knitting. I'm going to be going over today some of the things that I've made recently, including some handbags and some books that I'm going to be reviewing. I don't know if it's really a review per se, but yeah, it's a review. They're reviews of the books So I am caffeinated, unlike my last episode, but we were under quarantine in the last episode. Sorry, I messed with my hair. I did a new hairstyle today. I'm not feeling it. I need to go back to putting my bandana on. Whoa, whatever. Y'all don't know me. I'm from the street. Well, some of you who watch know me. A couple of my knitting friends watch this. Thank you, knitting friends. So the first book we're going to look at is Knitted Meerkats. It is so cute. Look at these knitted meerkats. My stepdaughter brought these for me. She wants me to knit her the punk rock one. Of course, I've infused punk rock love into her. Well, she's more goth at 10. She came in with these huge boots on the other day, and I'm like, wow, you have gone from like 5 years old to 10. I just can't believe it because I don't get to see them. So I'm going to make her a little punk rock knitted meerkat, and the book is so cute. Like, oh my gosh, there's one this one has a little belly ring. Look at that. This little minute in a bikini, no less. This one's rocking out. Looks like I should send that to my ex-bandmate Jen. Rest in peace, Brazilian Wax, my band. But there's one that's a vampire in a coffin. Maybe I'll make a whole set of them, you know? One for Halloween, one for this or that. So, Knitted Meerkats. When I see y'all again in the next episode, I will have knitted one of these knitted meerkats. Or two, or three or four. The next book I got from the library, and I have been working through this. I have really trying to up my crocheting. I love crocheting so much. The patterns are so complicated though. I am going to show people in some videos coming up soon this fall how to read these diagrams, because intuitively I can read the diagrams, but all the words are like blah, 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 blah. Like too many words. I don't get it. It's like a math problem. Like if a train leaves the station at 5 o'clock, what time will it get to New Zealand if it has to stop in Tokyo and it has to stop in Venice? I don't know. I don't know. Y'all confuse me all in words. Sheesh. But I did make this. I love granny squares. I've already made this one from the schematic or the matrix, or I don't know what we call these. But I like to use motifs as opposed to reading the words. Let me show you really quickly how I did it. The one that I made, because I'm all about the granny squares. I'm basically a granny. So see that? Look how pretty that is. I am totally a granillennial in a Gen Xer's body. I love granny squares. Let me show you how much I love them, actually. Granny square, granny square, granny square, granny square, partial granny square, which is going to be a face mask. A new bag that I'm making to carry my knitting project in that goes over the arm. You've seen those over the arm bags. Maybe perhaps you haven't. Ginormous knitting square bag. I just need to add some little delicate buttons on it. Little buttons and that. As you can tell, I am truly caffeinated, and it's good for the video because if I'm not caffeinated, I'm like, ugh. So, and I didn't want to drink any caffeine. I didn't want to drink any caffeine today because I'm trying to get off the caffeine, but if I'm off the caffeine, I am asleep. Truly, honestly, I know some of you will understand that. I try to be all British and drink a cup of tea. I'll get a cup of peach tea this morning, but that didn't work. I didn't feel like doing anything. I felt like a bump on a log. So I'm going to be working through the new Crochet Stitch Dictionary. I love it. Look at my little bookmark. It's crocheted. It's beautiful. It's actually a strap to a top that I'm making of the many millions of things that I'm making. But I'm going to be making a bodysuit also out of this particular chevrons with a view. I like that. Super sexy. I got it at the library. I've been spending a lot of time at the library. I've rekindled my love for the library. So let's go over some of the makes that I have and that I'm going to be sharing to the channel. Well, I've already shared them on the blog, and I may be doing the tutorials for the channel as well. But if you've been subscribing, which I hope you are subscribing, please subscribe. If you want to have lots and lots of ideas and for me to show you how to make them so that you can take them and put them on your Etsy shop, or you can put them on your Macrame, or you can put them on your Depop, or you can put them on your Instagram. However you're selling, Pinterest, selling your wares, or if you're going to markets, I am going to be giving you so many ideas from my brain and hair, apparently, that you can use and reproduce. And it's fine. I don't need any money for it. But if you subscribe, then I can make a little bit of cash, hunty, from them. And then I can give you more and more videos. So win-win, right? Am I right or am I right? Make clutch. I made this eons ago. It is out of a very rigid rope. So that's why it doesn't look so delicate and pretty. But I was new to macrame when I was a year and a half in when I made this. I don't know. Time is a spiral, not a straight line. So so the front of it looks kind of freaky, but the whole format is here. I just got to use a different I'm going to use t-shirt yarn, and I did make one with t-shirt yarn that sold, and it's like very fluid and flowy. So I'm going to show you all how to make these. I am going to show you all in real time how to make my famous raffia moon bag, which I tell you what, it gets a lot of compliments. I will show you in real time how to make this lovely crochet tote. Put your little bitty things in there. It's lined. You don't have to line it. It's out of t-shirt yarn as well. Floor rings, or you can just go to the website and figure it out. It's on the website, EllaintheMoon.com. I will show you. This is my latest bag. It's so cute. It's so cute. I think I'm going to give it to Marley, my stepdaughter. Not the one who's in the meerkats, the one that's extra. The one that does it all. I want to get her into acting. She never meets a stranger and just does the most. And it's so entertaining. I made this little crochet sweet boho bag. It's round, and it's created with my own yarn that I created out of rope cast-offs from my macrame pieces. I show you on EllaintheMoon.com how to make this particular yarn. It's basically pieces and pieces together. She can wear it's lined, so nothing falls out. I got a vintage fabric in there. It's very small, so it's good for if you're just going somewhere real quick. You can throw your keys in your phone and maybe a lipstick in there. Not much more else will fit in there. I added some little leather on the side and then embroidered I stitched that in. What do you think of it? I've been carrying it lately because I just finished it finally. Finished a crochet top. I don't know if I showed this in the last video, and it's up for sale on my Depop, one-off frock, if you'd like to purchase, but it's getting to be fall type weather, so probably don't want it. But I made the pattern and I didn't write it down, and so I can't add it to my website. I've been experimenting with patchwork and quilting lately, and I added some quilted pockets to this jean skirt. So upcycle reworking. I really liked this quilt. It was stained in certain parts. It was like a baby quilt and it had a clown on the other side. It was like, ooh, let me cut that up and make it add it to some pockets for an upcycle, because a lot of people are into reworked fashion, and so am I. I like to rework things and make them customized for who I am and who I maybe want to be. I have been showing folks on tutorials how to make bra cups. This is so soft. I just got taken away how soft it is. Showing people how to work this piece. I'm going to continue adding to it. I haven't shown folks how to do the middle part, but I've shown folks how to make macrame bralette cups with diagonal or double half hitches. So you can check that out on the YouTube. I'll be adding to the playlist as it gets larger and larger and as I add on. I was at our local Peddler's Mall, which is like an antique mall around here. I happened upon some real cool treasures. And I did a little post on my Instagram about it, but my personal Instagram. You find the coolest stuff in this Peddler's Mall in Georgetown, the one in Georgetown, Kentucky. And so I found some old knitting slash crafting magazines called Golden Hands. I got this one, this one, and this one, which this makes me think of Pennywise with the balloons. I couldn't finish that movie. I couldn't finish it. The new one, I watched the old one and I'm still terrified, but I like this dress. It reminds me of the 90s. It reminds me of Courtney Love and Hole and that whole baby doll dress, which I've been meaning, Wednesday Addams dress. I've been meaning to make me a black one with the white collar, but who knows when I'll get around to it. But my point is that I got quite a few ideas out of these books, and I learned a lot from these books or magazines. Sometimes when you're reading like esoteric or technical stuff in like the crochet or macrame field, it can be, sometimes things get so convoluted with the words, and I'm more of a picture visual person. I have to see things, and if I don't see it, I may not understand how it's made by the words. So they do a really good job of simplifying their patterns in this book with how they do the words. So I learned a lot about patchwork because I want to make myself a quilt. I have one started. I learned a lot about it in a it took me only 5 minutes to read that. With my attention span, that's great. It has some old macrame patterns in there. You probably see these everywhere anymore. They're pretty ubiquitous. They've been around forever. Macrame is an ancient technique, craft, as are knitting and crochet, but it's been around for so long. But I was reading through this and learning how to make certain things. I was reading over some of the knitting and crochet patterns, and I was like, oh my goodness, my friend is right. Knitting patterns are so much easier to work through and to read than crochet. Crochet can become so convoluted, and I find it somewhat frustrating because I think a lot of folks think, oh, knitting, it looks so much harder than crochet. And I think with holding the hands and the ambidexterity of it, that is difficult. But with crochet, the reading of the patterns, if you're not just making your own patterns, or you're not just making, say, a cowl or a blanket, like a basic double crochet or single crochet or half double crochet blanket, the patterns are so convoluted and difficult to understand at times, in my opinion. And I read them. I mean, I've made a lot of things, so just speaking from experience here, I was like, oh, maybe I should really start learning knitting more, but I really do have a love. Another book that I got from the library that I'm going to be working through or working something from is Crochet Hacking. Repair and Refashion Clothes with Crochet by Emma Friedlander Collins. This woman has such a good spirit. I love what it says on the back. I love the pink and black. It's like all the colors I like a Katie Jones. You know I love Katie Jones crochet patterns. I think this is so sweet. I am going to do something like this. I'm going to follow her templates and the directions and do something like this because I love a jumper or coveralls. And I love this idea. So I'll tell y'all how, with my review, like how it goes with recreating a couple of things. But there's a lot of really good ideas. If you got a special shirt or special skirt or jeans that you're like, I'm gonna throw them out, but I really love them. I want to keep them. I want to keep them as a keepsake. Then I think it's a good idea to do some crochet hacking or knit hacking or check out her book. So far, so good. I am working on a sweater for myself right now, but let me tell you, I started a sweater, a macrame sweater, and it's made out of really super chunky, bulky roving. See that? and it's variegated. I did not, well, I guess I kind of variegated it myself, but it came pre-variegated. But it took, I don't know, it didn't take too long. But this is going to be one of the shoulders, like one of the regal shoulders, see? And it's going to cross in the front. I mean, I think I'll make a V-neck type shoulder because those look good on me. A V-neck with my shape. But I also have been working on some squares. I've been making a bunch of patchwork squares of all sorts. I'm into green, as you know, and like neutral colors lately, but I do like bright colors as well. But I knitted this with a yarn I've had forever, and then you knitted this, knit this. Is it knitted or knit? I don't know. And then I got some crochet squares. They're half double crochet and double crocheted, and I have some single crochet. I added a border on this little square. But I'm gonna put them all together and make like a Harry Styles type. Although he didn't come up with that. That's like, I don't even want to say Harry Styles. I'm gonna make a cardigan, a granny style cardigan with like all the patchwork cardigan basically. So this movie actor makes something popular. I get it, he's cute, but it's like this has been around for so long. Like he didn't start the whole patchwork thing. He didn't start it. What am I saying? Thank you all for watching another episode of the Ella and the Moon podcast. All 5, 6, 7. I hope this explodes, obviously, but hope springs eternal, and happy making to you all.